All right, all right, all right. We should be live here for WrestleMania predictions. Okay. Hopefully, we're live here. If we are, welcome to the Wrestling Pod. I am your host, Carlito Santiago, and I'm here to give you the predictions, my predictions for WrestleMania 41 breakdown, of course, of all the matches for night 1 and night 2, as we are, of course, almost there. Just a couple more days. WrestleMania 41, also promoted as WrestleMania Las Vegas, is an upcoming 2025 wrestling event produced by WWE. It's its 41st annual WrestleMania, and it will take place as a two-night event on Saturday, April 19th, and Sunday, April 20th, in Allegiant Stadium, of course, in Paradise, Nevada. This is the second time we've had this. Of course, WrestleMania 9 in 1993, held in the Caesars Palace. Honestly, one of the worst WrestleManias. But this will be the first WrestleMania to stream live on Netflix in most markets, as the platform begins its 10-year right deal with WWE in January 2025. So, of course, it will also be on Peacock. This will be the first WrestleMania held during Easter weekend and the first WrestleMania to feature Punk since WrestleMania 29 in 2013, which will include the first WrestleMania main event of his career. This also features John Cena's final WrestleMania match due to his retirement from professional wrestling at the end of this year. So, of course, you also have Stand and Deliver, which will happen at 1:30 in the afternoon on the 19th. But yeah, let's get to our predictions, of course. Let's get to the matches that we have here. So, for night 1, April 19th, we have 7 matches. Gunther defends the World Heavyweight Championship against Jey Uso. The War Raiders, Eric and Ivar, defend the World Tag Team Championships against the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. LA Knight defending the United States Championship against Jacob Fatu. Tiffany Stratton defending her WWE Women's Championship against Charlotte Flair. Woo! And our main event, a triple threat match. Roman Reigns, CM Punk with Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins. These are going to be great. So, like we usually do, got to read down the card and I'll give you my take. So, first up, Gunther defending the title against Jey Uso. So, at Saturday Night Main Event, whatever number that the fuck is. What is that, 38? Yeah. At Saturday Night Main Event, Gunther defeated Jey Uso to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. Uso would then go on to win the Men's Royal Rumble at the Royal Rumble the following week, earning a World Championship match of his choosing at WrestleMania 41. While not making an official decision, Uso would confront Gunther on the following Raw, where Gunther stated that Uso should choose Cody because he had already defeated Uso and instead deserved to defend the title against someone like John Cena. Making an appearance on that week's SmackDown, Uso opened the February 10th episode of Raw, where he was attacked by Gunther. Uso subsequently decided that he would challenge Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship, and the weeks following, of course, would lead back and forth between Jey and Gunther, where Gunther would make it very clear, basically, you should have chose Cody. You shouldn't have chose me. So he literally took a bath in his brother's blood while he had to watch him, and this clearly set off Uso this made Uso go haywire. And Uso was a changed man after that. But the bigger picture of this is look at the fucking crowds. Look at what Uso is generating. He's fucking generating so much appeal from the fucking audience. It is so, like, you cannot fuck this up. Uso is getting everybody in those seats. Uso is getting everybody out of those seats and yeeting all over this place. He is generating so much fucking appeal. He's generating so much positivity from the crowd that is draining Gunther. Gunther's drowning in this. Now Gunther is just an arrogant heel. And it's good. I've always said this. And it's never failed. Good guys always finish last, Uso captures the World Heavyweight Championship from Gunther at WrestleMania. I see Gunther opening up, with them opening the show. I see Gunther having an orchestra for his fucking entrance. I see Uso walking backstage to his brother saying, "Do this for the fam." Yeet. Then, of course, approaching Sami Zayn, because remember, Sami Zayn was the first man to ever defeat Gunther for the championship, the IC title to be exact. But, of course, Jay would be the second man to do so, which would be nice, right? But Sami tells him to kick his ass, and then, of course, Uso would most likely go to his son, give him the glasses, and do the whole entrance from the crowd, yeeting everybody out of their seats and getting everybody pumped. And for most of that match, I believe Gunther will dominate Uso. I think Gunther will dominate Uso for majority of the match, but Uso will persevere. He will always keep coming back. The crowd is so energetic that they will fucking lose their shit. And if Uso loses, even more people will lose their shit, including myself. The IWC will lose their shit if Jay wins, but I don't give a fuck. I just don't give a fuck. My prediction is that Jey Uso captures the World Heavyweight Championship. And then moving from this, honestly, you can have him face Drew McIntyre if they do a draft. If they decide to have McIntyre go over to Raw. And, because remember, and this isn't uncommon. Because remember, when Gunther won the World Heavyweight Championship, his first opponent was Randy Orton, right? And Randy Orton was on SmackDown. So it wouldn't surprise me for McIntyre to hop over to Raw and stop Uso from fucking, or for McIntyre to gain the victory. But at the same time, we'll get to that in a bit. But if not McIntyre, could be Roman Reigns, Remember, Jey Uso's first title match ever, world title match ever, was against his own cousin. So for Uso to defend the title against his own cousin again, it gives Roman Reigns something to do. Honestly, goes right back, right? Roman Reigns got nobody, so he goes right back to the one man that Roman knew who to pick, and that was Uso. So and that would be a full circle moment in the Bloodline story as they know it with Roman would be done, but we'd start something new. I don't know. It's just a thought, but Uso winning the World Championship is my prediction. So we're going to move on to the next one, of course, which is the War Raiders defending the Tag Team Championships against the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, who unjustly kicked out Big E. But after the removal of Big E from the New Day, on the December 2nd, 2024 episode of Raw, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods set their sights on the World Tag Team Championships held by the War Raiders, Eric and Ivar. Now, during a title match between the two teams on the April 7th edition of Monday Night Raw, Woods attempted to hit Eric with a steel chair. However, the referee saw Eric inadvertently hit Woods with the chair instead. I think it could have been Ivar too. It might have been Ivar. Who knows? I think they mixed it up. I think Ivar hit Woods with the chair, if I'm not mistaken. I don't even want to pull up a WWE video and show you because I don't want to get copyright strike. I'll have to look at it some other time. But yeah. Anyway, the chair shot drew a disqualification in which the New Day won. But since the championships do not change hands via disqualification or a countout, unless stipulated, the War Raiders remain champions. So after the match, the New Day attacked the War Raiders, only to be stopped by WWE officials. Only, of course, for the next episode, April 11th. Monday Night Raw General Manager Adam Pearce announced that the War Raiders would defend the Tag Team Championships against the New Day in a rematch at WrestleMania. Yeah, here's the thing about that match. They haven't really done anything with that match, and I'm going to be quite frank with you. SmackDown's been doing more with Tag Team than fucking Raw has. So, quite frankly, we've only seen video package of the War Raiders. The New Day have been lurking around backstage, but they've been on TV more than the War Raiders. If WWE wants to do more with the tag team division on Monday Night Raw, we're going to need some heel champions. So, this is where I say, The New Day capture the tag team champions. I don't know how long they've been, I don't know how many reigns they have as tag team champions, but they get a new reign here. The New Day win the tag team championships to rejuvenate the tag team division on Monday Night Raw. This will allow the War Raiders to go back and chase for it, or some other teams, of course, that have been lurking around catering to start chasing the New Day for the tag team titles until a worthy team is, of course, willing to take the World Tag Team titles away from them. Of course, not to mention a possibility of another WWE draft to happen where Penta and Rey Fenix could potentially be back as a tag team and could take those tag team titles away. Now, we know that Penta and Rey Fenix are on two different brands, Raw and SmackDown, respectively. So, again, there's always that possibility, and I would love to see Triple H do it. For right now, I'm okay with them being split apart, but the New Day should win the tag team titles. Eric and Ivar have just been title holders. I think Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston have done an amazing job, especially Xavier Woods with their with his up down down channel. Shout out to Xavier Woods, or Austin Creed, I should say. But they've really done a lot of good work in the ring. They have chemistry. Of course, they've been in the ring with each other multiple times. So it should be a fun match, but I don't expect this to be like anything the crowd be in. I don't think there's anything to be invested into. Maybe, again, the New Day winning would rejuvenate, maybe more opportunities for teams. Like Alpha Academy could come out of catering and fucking do some more shit. I don't know. I think we need some heel tag team champions just to kind of feel like we need some other babyface tag teams to contend, or to start coming up and giving them, fighting for that opportunity. So my prediction is the New Day capture the World Tag Team Championships. Next up, Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano, or Chad Gable. Throughout the late 2024 and early 2025, Chad Gable went on a losing streak against several luchadors. Gable subsequently took a sabbatical, or basically kayfabe, which is a little break, kind of breaking away, to solve his lucha libre problem. On the March 10th episode of Monday Night Raw, an unidentifiable luchador with an American-made style mask resembling Gable's faction cost the LWO, Ray, and of course Dragon Lee a tag team match. Now, Gable denied that he was the luchador in question. The masked wrestler named El Grande Americano then defeated Lee in his debut match on Raw in March 24th. 2 weeks later, Americano and American Made would team up in a 6-man tag team match, and they would defeat LWO, of course, with Keen Wilde, Dragon Lee, and Chris Del Toro, after Ivy Nile gave Americano a piece of metal in his head, or in his mask, to use against Lee. Later that night, Mysterio asked that Americano made a mockery of the art and tradition of Lucha Libre, and requested a match against him, which Raw General Manager Adam Pearce said, okay, yeah, you got it. Just pick a place. Rey Mysterio said, WrestleMania 41. So, honestly, this is all about rediscovery for Chad Gable. Rey Mysterio is a Hall of Famer. He's been at many WrestleManias. This should be I know Gable is going to put on... El Grande Americano is going to put on fucking a great performance with Rey. Rey always has great performances in the ring. I hope for there to be a good, Eddie Guerrero moment, in there somewhere. Which there will be, usually. My pick for this, though, is El Grande Americano picking up the victory. And the reason I'm going with El Grande is because Rey Mysterio, not only is Rey Mysterio a Hall of Famer, Rey Mysterio is a veteran, and you know what I say about veterans. There are sometimes veterans should put over younger talent. Chad Gable is still a bit young in his career, so Rey Mysterio should put over El Grande Americano, but make him look good. Now, Rey Mysterio could, of course, pull up the upset, pull up the victory, but all I know in the end is that if you give the heel the win, the baby faces should at least stand tall somehow. By doing so, you have El Grande Americano be unmasked to be Chad Gable. Wait, what? No way! I mean, everybody kind of fucking knows that it's Chad Gable. But we're playing into the character. We got to play along within it, right? Don't get mad because El Grande Americano is something that you don't fucking like, okay? This is their response. WWE thought the Gulf of America was fucking retarded. I'm sorry for saying retarded, but it's stupid. So this is their response. They're making a fucking mockery of it by having Chad Gable go up as El Grande Americano and making fun of Lucha Libre, which I thought is a great idea. Again, creatively in a wrestling world, this is fucking good. So, I think Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano is a good setup. It should have been on a Raw. Should have been a Raw match. Because it doesn't honestly feel like a WrestleMania match. It doesn't. But I think that El Grande Americano picks up the victory and then is unmasked to be revealed as Chad Gable. But again, it makes Rey Mysterio look pretty good. Because that's probably where El Grande Americano is going to succeed. He's going to take the mask off of Rey Mysterio and get the win. And then he's going to pull his mask off and be like, haha, it's me. Or they set that up for Backlash. They do a rematch at Backlash, mask for mask. And of course, as we know, Rey Mysterio will win that because Rey Mysterio is not getting his mask taken off again. That was a failure the last time, if you guys remember the Dirty Animals back in WCW. Okay, just to make sure, my prediction is El Grande Americano. Next match is Jade Cargill and Naomi. I gotta find this one. Where the fuck is this one? Here we go. On the November 22nd, 2024 episode of SmackDown, Jade Cargill was found attacked by an unknown assailant in the parking lot. Oh no. And was ruled unable to compete in the foreseeable future. During Cargill's absence, Naomi volunteered to replace Cargill as one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions alongside Bianca Belair. Now, Naomi and Bianca also launched their own investigation into the attack of Cargill, which they've just been running around and pointing fingers and basically wasting fucking time. They came to the assumption that Liv Morgan and Raquel attacked Cargill and agreed to defend their championships against them, which of course led to them losing the titles on the February 24th, 2025 episode of Raw. Belair and Naomi then qualified for the Women's Elimination Chamber match at the namesake event. However, before the match could begin, Cargill made her return as Bianca Belair was trapped in a pod, and we started with Naomi and Liv. But Cargill came in and attacked Naomi, who was deemed medically unable to compete in the match, which led to Bianca winning in the end. Following the episode of SmackDown, Naomi revealed the truth that she was in fact Cargill's attacker and regretted not doing it sooner, thus turning heel for the first time since 2016. Belair subsequently walked out on Naomi, ending their partnership. In the following weeks, Cargill and Naomi continuously attacked each other, leading to SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis scheduling their match for them at WrestleMania 41. I was convinced Bianca did it. But it kind of makes sense for Naomi. Remember, Jade Cargill did eliminate Naomi. If you guys don't remember, I think the 2024 Royal Rumble, Naomi got eliminated by Jade Cargill. So, it's no surprise there for fucking Naomi to be like, I'm going to be third wheel? Fuck you, bitch. Pushes her, fucking replaces her, takes the championship from her, loses the tag team championships from her, and now we have this shit. If you really want my honest prediction for this, look no further. Jade Cargill is fucking killing Naomi. Not in the literal sense, but Jade Cargill will destroy Naomi. Naomi will put up a fucking fight. But Jade Cargill is going to win here, which is going to jumpstart her for a good match later down the road with some other people. But it's a good revenge thing. If you think about it, Naomi is the whole reason why she did this. They've been showcasing Naomi for They've been showcasing Naomi for quite some time now. Her in the ring, just hurting people, and basically big dog, all talk, getting her ass kicked though. Naomi should have a fighting chance in this. Like, she'll use her speed and her athleticism against Jade's power and strength dynamic. But look for Cargill to kind of overpower and... Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Look for Jade Cargill to overpower and, of course, just dominate Naomi in this match. again, they'll make Naomi look pretty good in this match. I know they will. They have sort of done so in the weeks, but as a heel, like the promo's been really good. The matches have just been, yeah. Yeah, look for Cargill to win. That's my prediction. My prediction is Cargill destroys Naomi. All right. LA Knight defends the United States Championship against Jacob Fatu. Holy shit. Okay. Gotta find this. Where are you? Right here. Okay. After LA Knight regained the United States Championship on the March 7th episode of SmackDown, several wrestlers stated their intentions to challenge Knight for the title, including the Bloodline's Jacob Fatu. And that's about it. On the March 21st episode of SmackDown, Braun Strowman, who had been embroiled in the rivalry with the Bloodline, Fatu, Solo, and Tama Tonga, for the past few months, defeated Fatu via disqualification after Solo and Tama Tonga attacked Strowman, who, as a result, earned a title match against Knight that was scheduled for the following week, which ended in no contest after Fatu attacked both of them. So, again, you've heard my frustration over the weeks. We had a week of disqualification. We then ended another week with and I went on a tangent. I went on a little tangent, a little rant. About the whole disqualification. I don't like disqualifications, guys. I just don't. Unless used properly. Sometimes WWE puts themselves in a fucking corner, and the only way to get out of it is by hitting a DQ or count out, because that's all they can do. Really. If they just stopped putting themselves in those fucking corners, they wouldn't have to do this shit. Or what they should have done was give us a definitive victory. You could have had Strowman defeat Fatu instead of Solo and Tama Tonga attacking him, which would have earned him the title match. That would have been perfect. But no, we didn't do that. Jacob Fatu we could have left the no contest would have been fine if that happened. Fatu gets embroiled over this thing, right? So he attacks both men. Instead of having another triple threat match at WrestleMania, they decided to have a number one contenders match in the form of a last man standing match, Fatu and Strowman, on the April 4th episode, which Fatu won. So now he faces LA Knight at WrestleMania 41. So, this whole thing has been around LA Knight and his fucking title, but they don't really state several wrestlers who wanted his title match, right? So, okay. Here's my take on this. LA Knight should have never lost the title in the first place to Nakamura back in November. I'm sorry. That Nakamura title reign was fucking stupid. WWE knows it. Now, it was probably as worse as Logan Paul's. It was actually pretty fucking bad. But LA Knight was able to get the title back. And LA Knight has been pretty good so far. Now, I would love to see LA Knight as a heel because I know he has a mouth. I have a mouth. But one of the things that we have in common about our mouths is that we like to run it. We like to talk shit. LA Knight can talk shit. So I'd like to see him as a heel. In order for LA Knight to become a heel, though, we have to drop that fucking title off of him. So, Jacob Fatu picks it up. And we get ourselves a heel United States champion. And of course, we can finally start to pinpoint somebody to take the title away from Jacob Fatu. We don't know exactly who, but we should know that Jacob will lose that United States Championship because the reason he loses it is because of Solo Sikoa, which then WWE could easily set up Solo and Jacob for SummerSlam, and that would be even better. So Jacob holds the title for a good 3-month, April to about, give or take, July, maybe August, depending on where they fit SummerSlam, wherever they decide to pick the dates for SummerSlam, which is going to be 2 nights in New Jersey. But yeah, Jacob should really win the United States Championship here. I'm going to be honest with you. Jacob should honestly win, take the title from Knight, maybe have LA Knight go heel. You've seen a little hint to it a bit when he wasn't champion, but or a little bit when he was champion, But Jacob should take it, dominate the fucking division or whatever, lack of. honestly. Take the guys out of catering, put them on TV. Have Strowman be like his biggest like challenge yet, because of course, you kind of want that to, kind of push Strowman to the side for a little bit until you can figure out until when you want to put him. But Jacob should dominate this US. Like, he should be in like a fatal four. He should be in a triple threat match, fatal 4-way, or give him feed the werewolf. Feed the fucking Samoan werewolf. But yeah, this gives WWE a chance to do some heel work with LA Knight while they kind of do some more with the Bloodline, because I feel like the Bloodline needs something right now. I think this new Bloodline is going to need some gold. They haven't held gold since the tag team titles, so we need something here. I think WWE is going to give it to Jacob, honestly. So my prediction: Jacob Fatu becomes your new United States champion, and he will lose it because of Solo. I don't know who he will lose it to, but Solo will be the reason Jacob loses the title, which then would most likely set up Solo and Jacob for SummerSlam. All right. Next up, Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. Who gives a fuck? I don't, clearly. At the Royal Rumble, Charlotte Flair won the Women's Royal Rumble match, earning a World Championship match of her choosing at WrestleMania 41. Flair subsequently appeared on the following episodes of Raw, NXT, and SmackDown to confront each brand's respective champions before finally choosing Tiffany Stratton for the Women's Championship at WrestleMania 41. And then, of course, their spit-swapping, bullshit, off-the-script fucking promo that really did not hit hard enough landed us to this spot, of course, of awkwardness. This whole fucking situation, this whole fucking match is honestly pointless at this point because it's not really focused around the title, is it? It's not. It's not. And WWE had a chance. Their script that they should have stuck to would have been a chance for me to be like, okay, you know what? I think I see Flair winning because Tiffany's right. She's just a fucking queen without her kingdom. So, and Tiffany did get a ski lift because of that Money in the Bank briefcase. The IWC, though, is mostly wrong about everything. They complain, they bitch, they whine, they're moaning. The one thing that I think we can agree on together is Charlotte Flair's a problem. The Charlotte Flair problem with me is maybe not the same reason the IWC have it. My Charlotte Flair problem stems from 2016 to 2017. If you guys do not remember or you haven't been watching since then, let me fill you in. When Vince McMahon was still in charge, Charlotte Flair and Sasha Banks, also known as Mercedes Moné now, went into a back and forth with the Raw Women's Championship at the time. Now, their feud would climax at Hell in a Cell for the first ever Women's Hell in a Cell match, which saw Charlotte Flair regain the Raw Women's Championship. Now, the only fucking reason they did this back and forth is so Charlotte Flair had reigns. So she could catch up to her daddy's record and beat it. Now, one thing I've also noticed in Charlotte's career is that it's rinse and repeat. And she's a fucking dishwasher. She fucking literally wins a title, drops a title, chases that title, and wins it back, only to drop it again for her to then go on hiatus or fucking get injured to come back and win another title, and it keeps going. It's just a repeat. Wins a title, drops a title, chases it back, chases that title and wins it back, only to lose it, to go on a hiatus or injury, to come back and win another fucking world championship. It's ridiculous. Now, Charlotte Flair, in my sense, the way that Charlotte Flair comes off is fucking like she can't handle the fucking heat. She's a heel. She knows how to do this. You're generating heat. If you are getting booed at to the point where you can't fucking speak, Dominic, oh my God, fucking look at Dominic Mysterio. This guy knows he's doing his job right. He's playing a fucking decent heel when he can't get a fucking word in. And he's getting that booed. He's getting booed so heavily. He's drawing so much heat just for opening his fucking mouth. That's how you know you're doing your job right. Charlotte Flair, though, on the other hand, couldn't handle it. This bitch couldn't handle it. Now, the IWC also wants to say that she's selfish. The only way that Charlotte Flair would be selfish is if she doesn't put over Tiffany Stratton, which I think Charlotte should. Tiffany Stratton should retain the championship here. It could honestly go either way. You know me and what I've said about 3-month title reigns. Those are good ones. Tiffany won it in January. We're in April. We're already past the 3 months. So if WWE wants to drop the title and put it to Flair, go right ahead. Do it. Because that's what WWE is going to do. They're going to do what they're going to do. They're not going to do what you want to do. They're not going to do what I think that should happen. They're going to do what they want, what their vision is. And if their vision is Charlotte Flair becomes your champion, Charlotte Flair becomes your champion. I'm not saying deal with it. I'm saying fucking it's just going to happen. And there's nothing you can do about that. You can bitch and whine about it, right? And you can fucking complain about it on the internet at like 3 a.m. in the morning, but it's not going to change anything. I know I'm going to bitch and complain because I don't think Charlotte Flair needs to be the champion. I think she needs to start helping and putting over younger talent. And Tiffany Stratton is young. She's young. She's fresh. She should lose it to a big heel. Now, who else? But that's the same thing I can say about Flair. I can say, if you're going to say like, oh, well, who's going to be next to face Tiffany? Well, honestly, Naomi. Right? If you're going to have Cargill win, I don't know what's next for Cargill, but I can damn tell you Naomi's doing pretty fucking good. Have Naomi go up against Tiffany. She's a heel. Plus, this would go right into that pattern of, okay, well, when Cody Rhodes won the World Championship, who was his first opponent? AJ Styles. Did AJ Styles win at WrestleMania, though? No, LA Knight did. So, again, Charlotte Flair should put that petty selfishness away, and Tiffany should overcome Charlotte. I'm saying Charlotte should, like, play that sneaky, dirty trick kind of heel, right? Like, obviously Charlotte's more experienced than Tiffany Stratton, so use that to her advantage. Fucking, like, have Tiffany start off chasing her, and then fucking have her thrown outside of the ring, right? Haha. You're nothing compared to me. I'm that good. And have Tiffany overcome that. My prediction is Tiffany Stratton retains the Women's Championship against Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair winning would only prove the IWC's point. So, and these guys too also go after appearance. Listen, I'm not saying Charlotte Flair is the most gorgeous woman on the planet, but Andrade, I'm not even going to go about her divorces. Or her parents. Both women are gorgeous. I'm not going to be that type of person. I'm going to criticize their performance. I'm going to criticize the performance. I'm going to criticize their human aspects because, let's be honest, Sunny ain't no fucking prize either. But again, appearance, nobody's beautiful. I'm not even fucking beautiful. Look at me. I'm just a kid on the internet giving my predictions out. My prediction is Tiffany Stratton retains against Charlotte Flair if Charlotte Flair can put away that fucking little selfishness. And then we get to our main event, ladies and gentlemen, on night one, the biggest rouse here. Okay, so let's read this. Upon CM Punk's return to WWE at, of course, the Survivor Series War Games in November 2023, he immediately became a target of Seth Rollins. Unable to compete for several months after tearing his tricep at the 2024 Royal Rumble, Punk returned from injury and had various encounters with Rollins, further enraging him. In November, Punk joined Roman Reigns' team as his 5th member at that year's Survivor Series War Games in the War Games match on behalf of his former manager and Roman Reigns' special counsel and wise man, Paul Heyman, with Heyman owing Punk a favor for agreeing to the match, which they won. So Punk became the target of Rollins once again due to Rollins' hatred for both Reigns and Punk. This accumulated in a match on Raw's Netflix premiere in which Punk defeated Rollins, which was going to happen. At the 2025 Royal Rumble, Punk eliminated both Reigns and Rollins, who really butted heads and had each other in little fucking headlocks. And Punk just said, fuck it, threw them both over. So then, of course, he would get eliminated too by Logan Paul. Following his elimination, Punk also eliminated Rollins from the men's Elimination Chamber match. Following his elimination, Rollins subsequently performed a stomp onto Punk, costing him the match. On the following episode of Raw, Punk spoke about his failure to compete in a WrestleMania main event before brawling with Rollins. They then faced each other the following week in a steel cage match, which Rollins won after a returning Roman Reigns pulled him out of the cage and attacked him as revenge from the Royal Rumble. Then, enraged by Heyman tending to Punk in the ring, Reigns also attacked Punk. After a brawl between the three men on the March 21st episode of SmackDown, a triple threat match was scheduled for WrestleMania 41. Now, of course, we gotta mention this favor. During the contract signing the following week, Heyman also announced that this triple threat match would be the main event of WrestleMania Night 1. Thank you, fucking Heyman. Thank you. While grateful for competing in the main event for the first time at WrestleMania, Punk stated that that was not the favor he was owed. You see, on the April 4th episode, Punk would reveal his favor that would be Heyman has to be in CM Punk's corner at WrestleMania, much to Roman Reigns' dismay. So, listen, I think this is clear cut and dry. I like one man in particular who pointed this out, and I love that he said this, and I 100% agree, and this came to my one solid prediction for the main event. Who benefits the most from this? Who benefits the most from this? Bully Ray. Shout out to Bully Ray. Bully Ray Dudley. Shout out to Bubba. Roman Reigns already had Paul Heyman. Roman Reigns can go back to being who Roman Reigns is for the next, year or 2 years, whatever he has left, because he's going to retire. Roman Reigns can be that big dog one more time. Or he can find himself somewhere being good. CM Punk already has Paul Heyman in his corner. He's already got the main event at WrestleMania. Him winning the main event at WrestleMania would be the cherry on top of the hot fudge sundae. CM Punk couldn't ask for anything more. CM Punk has it all right now. He has the main event, and he has Heyman. Roman Reigns really doesn't need the win because he's just Roman Reigns. So the only person who really benefits from this all is Seth Rollins. And how does Seth Rollins benefit from this? Well, Heyman gives all three of these men something. Paul Heyman gives CM Punk support. Eventually, CM Punk or Roman Reigns will be given a chair by Paul Heyman probably, or a microphone or some shit. And then, what does Rollins get? What does Rollins get from Paul Heyman? He gets the win. Rollins will win and align with Paul Heyman. So really, Paul Heyman is betraying Roman Reigns and CM Punk for Rollins. And this is great. Rollins is in that stage in his career where he's going to need to be a Paul Heyman guy. So Seth Rollins benefits more from this. See, and this is actually perfect because now with CM Punk and Paul Heyman together, for right now until Heyman aligns with Rollins, CM Punk and Rollins can continue their fucking feud, right? And this could go into Backlash, and then Roman Reigns could probably take on Jay, like I've stated before. So it really keeps Roman out, and while Punk and Rollins continue their feud, because that's where it mainly kind of stemmed from. It stemmed from Punk and Rollins into Roman Reigns because of Punk joining Roman Reigns' team at Survivor Series. So really, it just goes back to CM Punk and Rollins. Honestly, it does. With Heyman in the mix. Like, you're going to kidnap my best friend. My prediction for WrestleMania Night 1 main event is Seth fucking Rollins winning and aligning with Paul Heyman. And Night 2. Night 2 sees 6 matches, of course. And we're going to go through them, of course. Let's start with... I'm not going to go in order. Fuck this. I already went in order with the other ones. Let's go in order with, of course, let's start with the Intercontinental Championship match, which I think is going to be interesting because this is the first Fatal 4-Way match for the IC title. Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Finn versus Dominic. I saw it right here. All right. On the February 17th episode of Monday Night Raw, after Judgment Day member Dominic Mysterio's match, Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker accidentally attacked Mysterio, which led to a non-title match between Mysterio and Breaker on the next episode. That match ended in DQ after Mysterio's fellow stablemates, Carlito, hey, I'm in there, myself, and of course Finn Balor attacked Breakker. The next episode, the Judgment Day attacked Breakker, but he was able to get the upper hand. On the 17th episode, Mysterio discussed adding Penta to their ranks, much to the irritation of Balor. Later that night, Breakker defeated Balor to retain the IC Championship. After the match, Mysterio and Carlito attacked Breakker before Penta appeared to even the odds. So Breakker and Penta subsequently stared each other down. The following week, Mysterio formally offered Penta a spot in the Judgment Day. Later that night, Breakker defended the title against Penta, which Breakker won via DQ after Mysterio and Carlito attacked him. After the match, Mysterio tried to have Penta attack Breakker, but instead Penta attacked Mysterio. Breakker and Penta would team up against Balor and Mysterio in a tag team match the next week, which they won after Breakker accidentally speared Penta. On the April 7th episode, Adam Pearce scheduled Breakker to defend the title against all three men at WrestleMania 41. And to be frank here, honestly, like, there's going to be the breakup of Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio and the Judgment Day completely. The whole crumbling of the Judgment Day, that's over with. That's gone. That's done. Fuck out of here. That's all going down the drain. That's all out of here. There's nothing to convince me otherwise. Penta's gonna look fucking great in that, and I can't wait to see what happens there. Finn Balor's gonna look good. Hopefully Mysterio looks good and he gets booed out the fucking, like, he gets booed out of the stadium into the parking lot, and actually fuck that, all the way over to Arizona into California where it's on fire. Braun Breaker's fucking retaining, man. Honestly, these dogs are gonna keep barking until the fucking cops show up. Braun Breaker is too goddamn fucking good. And until Ilya Dragunov comes back, I think that's who's taking the title from him. I think Ilya Dragunov is taking the title from Braun Breaker. When Ilya Dragunov is cleared and ready to come back, he will beat the fuck off of Breaker. He will beat the brakes off of Breaker. But until then, we don't know. My prediction for that match is Braun Breaker retains the IC Championship. Speaking of the Judgment Day, let's keep it going. Let's do the Women's Tag Team Championships. Honestly, I've already made this prediction. I don't really have to go into the whole detail things, but Liv Morgan and Raquel will retain because Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, I feel like WWE is setting up something with Lyra and Bayley. I don't know what it is, but it could be Bayley turning heel, right? Like, Lyra Valkyria takes the pinfall, which will have Liv Morgan and Raquel, or Liv Morgan and Lyra have a match for the women's IC title, but Bayley and Lyra Valkyria being a team right now, and Lyra Valkyria being champion, again, the only person this would benefit is Bayley if they won, right? Because Valkyria already has the women's, she doesn't need anything else. So, I think Liv and Raquel retain here. They probably pin Bayley just to make Bayley irritated and shoving Lyra Valkyria, right, in this fake friendship shit. So, again, I think they're going to go back to having Bayley as a heel. But yeah, my prediction is Liv Morgan and Raquel retain the Women's Tag Team Championships. All right. AJ Styles and Logan Paul. Here we go. At the Royal Rumble, AJ Styles made a surprise return from injury and competed in the Royal Rumble match, only to be eliminated by Logan Paul. As a part of WWE's transfer window, AJ Styles was transferred to Raw. After several weeks of confrontation, Styles challenged Paul to a match on the March 31st episode of Raw. However, Paul declined, stating that he did not fight for free. Or should say he does not fight for free. And pointed to the WrestleMania sign, after which a brawl ensued between the two men. Later that night, Raw GM Adam Pearce scheduled a match between Paul and Styles at WrestleMania 41. And you know what? I'm going to go AJ Styles here, man. I think this is going to be a fun fucking match. But I already know the internet fucking blowing up. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that AJ Styles is getting this boring match with Paul. Oh, really? Really? Would you rather John Cena face Logan Paul instead of AJ and Paul? I didn't fucking think so. So shut your fucking lips. Shut up. Zip it. AJ Styles and Paul will be fun. These men hate each other. This feels like the AJ Styles LA Knight feud a little bit. But here we have somebody worth being a heel, Logan Paul. And we love seeing Logan Paul get the shit kicked out of him, right? Good. Let's see it with AJ Styles kicking the shit out of Paul. It'll be nice. A little viral moment for each man. It would be great. I'm rooting for AJ Styles. I'm more excited for when AJ Styles gets to face John Cena at some point. But until then, we're going to get this match, and it's going to be fun. Give me AJ Styles over Logan Paul. That is my prediction. AJ Styles defeats Logan Paul. And that's okay, because Logan Paul can always bounce back and get a championship match at some other point, or whenever the fuck he wants. So, AJ Styles is my prediction. Let's get this one out of the way. Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. Immediately after Drew McIntyre, well, actually, you guys all know this, but if you don't, immediately after Drew McIntyre won the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 40, he taunted his then rival CM Punk, who served as a special guest commentator for the match. Punk subsequently attacked McIntyre with his arm brace, following Priest's successful cash-in of the Money in the Bank contract on McIntyre to win the title and ending McIntyre's reign at just 5 minutes and 46 seconds. Now, over the few months, Priest and McIntyre continued their feud. Priest defeating McIntyre at Clash of the Castle in Scotland because of Punk to retain. At Money in the Bank, McIntyre would win the namesake match, only to unsuccessfully cash in on Priest because of Punk, who would later lose the title to Gunther at SummerSlam. Priest would lose the title to Gunther at SummerSlam. So in January 2025, as part of WWE's transfer window, both McIntyre and Priest were transferred to SmackDown. Both men competed in the Royal Rumble and the Elimination Chamber, respectively. Priest would eliminate McIntyre in both, and a lot of people maybe forgot about who eliminated who in, the Royal Rumble. Priest eliminated McIntyre in the Royal Rumble. I watched it again and again and again, and I can see why McIntyre was mad. After the latter, McIntyre attacked Priest in retaliation, costing Priest the match at Elimination Chamber. After several more weeks of altercations between the two men, on April 10th, SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis made a match between Priest and McIntyre official. The next night on SmackDown, of course, it would also be announced that this would be a Sin City street fight. So this will be fucking good for both men. We'll get to see a lot of things. But if I'm picking who to go for, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going with the heel. I'm going with Drew McIntyre to defeat Priest, only just in case if Priest and McIntyre continue their feud, you can have Priest pick up the victory at Backlash. If you decide not to, you can always give Priest another chance. Priest has just been on a roll as of the ending of 2024, so he's already got a lot of momentum with him, and these guys are both big fucking giant men who are going to have a slugfest with each other again. This time, it's going to feel real. But McIntyre should win in this case. It makes him feel good, makes him look good, and you can have him fucking go on and do other shit if they decide that this is going to be the climax of the feud. If this is going to be where, McIntyre ends it with Priest, like, yeah, fuck you, you already took the title from me, and now I'm going to fucking beat you. Yeah, sure, If they need, WWE can do many things here. If they want to run it back at Backlash, be my guest. If they want to end it there and have McIntyre go and face Uso, sure. They can give something else for Priest, which is good. They could give him right? They could put him with Jacob Fatu if he wins the title. They're both on SmackDown. They could duke it out. You got something there. You got some things for Damian Priest to do. And McIntyre to do. So honestly, I'm thinking ahead. For both of them. Like, what can they do afterwards? That's what you want. You want both men to have something to do. In this case, Priest will look good in this. He'll get the fucking recognition that he can have. But McIntyre will pull off the upset, and he will have the win in Las Vegas in front of thousands of people. This women's triple threat match. Holy fuck, it's been like almost an hour. Fuck. Okay. Throughout February, qualifying matches were held to determine the participants of the Women's Elimination Chamber match at Survivor Series Toronto, with the winner earning a match for the Women's Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 41. During Io's qualifying match, reigning Women's Champion at the time, During Io's qualifying match, Rhea Ripley, who was champion at the time, attacked Sky's opponent, Liv Morgan, unintentionally causing a DQ loss for Sky. Now, due to this, Rhea Ripley rewarded Sky with a title match, which was scheduled after the Elimination Chamber on the March 3rd episode of Raw. At the Elimination Chamber, Bianca Belair would win the match, while Sky subsequently defeated Rhea Ripley for the title, confirming Sky would defend the Women's Championship against Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. During the contract signing, the first one, on March 17th episode, however, Rhea Ripley interrupted and performed a powerbomb on Sky onto Belair, after which Rhea instead signed the contract. Sky was then scheduled to face Rhea Ripley on the March 31st episode of Raw in a title match against Bianca Belair as a special guest referee, which ended in double DQ, instead of having Rhea Ripley pick up the belt again. Thus, Sky retained. Raw General Manager Adam Pearce subsequently said, "I've had enough of this shit. Sky, you're going to defend the title against both women at WrestleMania. It's out of my hands. I just need a signature so I can get the fuck out of here and go get myself a drink." So, we got ourselves a triple threat match. After seeing the chaos that this has put us through, Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley, this is a good match. I have 2 predictions, though. Oh, yeah, also on that other one, my final prediction is Drew McIntyre wins the Sin City Street fight. But for this women's match, there are 2 options. Rhea Ripley's out of the question. It's either Io Sky retains the title or Bianca Belair wins it. Now, we know the triple threat matches like we have. Bianca, the person who, if they're fighting over a title, usually the 2 people who are in a match, it was Rhea and Io. Well, Rhea has already held the title. Io currently holds the title. The only person out of these 3 haven't held it is Bianca Belair. Now, to say that's the reason is really not a reason. But it seems like Bianca Belair is about to turn heel. We love ourselves a heel champion because the chase is better than the reign, is sometimes better than a reign itself. So, if you put it on Bianca Belair, you get a heel run with it until we find a babyface to take it from her. Plus, you could also set up Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley because they feel like they've been going at each other's throats for the last month. Io Sky feels disrespected, though, right? She doesn't feel like a true champion because she's been just curved to the side, pushed to the side. You know, stay out of it, Io. Remember, she's the fucking champion. You're going to treat your champion like that? This is why I also say Io should win, too. So, you want my honest prediction? Io retains the title, or Bianca Belair wins it. That's it. My number 1 pick, though, Bianca Belair wins the title. But Io Sky retains. So, my prediction is Io Sky retains or Bianca Belair wins. That's just how it's going to be. I get to pick 2 choices. I pick Io and I pick Bianca. And if you're not down with that, well, then I only got 2 words for ya. Fuck it. No, yeah, my final prediction is Io Sky retains or Bianca Belair is your new women's world champion. And then, ladies and gentlemen, our final match. The main event, night 2, April 20th. Cody Rhodes, John Cena, undisputed WWE Championship match. It is official. Now, I already don't need to really run through the whole Cena and this thing, but because it's the main event, I just got to read it out. At Money in the Bank in 2024, John Cena revealed that he would retire from professional wrestling at the end of 2025, and also announced that he would compete at WrestleMania 41. After losing the men's Royal Rumble match, of course, at the event, Cena entered himself into the Elimination Chamber for one last chance at challenging for the World Championship at WrestleMania 41, citing that main eventing his last WrestleMania and becoming a record 17-time world champion would be best for business. Now, every fucking time that has been said by anybody, they've always gone heel. Also, this is around this time, TKO board member Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson tried to bribe Cody to be his corporate champion, claiming that they had become friends following their clash at the previous year's WrestleMania 40, and that he would elevate Rhodes' career. Now, Elimination Chamber Toronto, Cena would win the Elimination Chamber match, earning a title match against Rhodes at WrestleMania. Following the match, Rhodes appeared to congratulate Cena, followed by The Rock to get Cody's answer to his offer. Rhodes declined, and Cena embraced Rhodes. However, Cena would then viciously attack Rhodes, siding with The Rock, turning heel for the first time since 2002, not 3, correction. Cena would just be like towards the end of 2002 into 2003, so I get their point. But yeah, in the weeks following, Cena berated the audience, claiming they had mistreated him for the last 20 fucking years, and that he turned on Rhodes because he was disgusted by him. Rhodes chastised Cena and told him he would face the real Cena at WrestleMania 41, not this whiny, bitchy version. Cena also claimed that after he won the title, he would retire with it. Now, we all know that's not fucking true and that's not happening, but we know what is happening, and I know what's happening. If you guys don't believe in miracles, well, go fuck yourselves. But I do. John Cena makes history by becoming a 17-time world motherfucking champion. John Cena gets this, he wins this, he becomes the heel, he starts defending it against the people that he's had feuds with, and by the end of the year, at Ruthless Aggression, I think there's a pay-per-view that's being called Ruthless Aggression, Cody Rhodes will win it right back, only for him to probably lose it again at the next year's WrestleMania. But we don't know against who. Or Cody wins it back for him to go heel and be Homelander. Oh, that would be fucking beautiful. That chef's kiss right there, ladies and gentlemen. But, Cena wins the title is my prediction. He wins the undisputed WWE Championship, becoming 17-time world champion, becoming one of the greatest ever, putting Ric Flair in the past, and having this last run be the fun run that he's wanted, this time with the championship. Plus, Cena doesn't really need the championship too. What am I talking about? Give that motherfucker his 17th. Give it to him. John Cena is the best. He will always go down as the GOAT. Honestly, when I first became a fan of this business, John Cena was my guy until I learned about Triple H. But John Cena should become 17-time world champion against Cody Rhodes. This is going to be a fun fucking match. I'm going to try my best to stay up for this. Oh my, we're having the watch along, so that's good too. My final prediction is John Cena wins the 17th. His 17th. John Cena wins his 17th. Oh my God. Now, there is something also to mention here, too. Kevin Owens was supposed to face Randy Orton, and that got canceled because Owens has been suffering with neck problems. Now, of course, as you know, at WrestleMania, Randy Orton would have most likely won against Owens, punching him in the fucking head. Now, I cannot confirm that Randy Orton will have a match, whether it is against Nick Aldis or somebody else, but they could possibly give Randy Orton the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal win, or they could give him a match at Night 2 of WrestleMania, probably Nick Aldis, or probably a returning Aleister Black, or Miro, which would be stupid, or him against Solo, which would even be more of a letdown. So, I can't confirm that, but if that does happen, give Randy Orton the win, so he doesn't feel, because he's going to most likely take a loss to Cena at Backlash. I don't know. Until things are confirmed, I'll update you guys. I'll leave a comment on an update if Randy Orton has a match at WrestleMania, but most likely not. But that is it. That is the predictions for WrestleMania. You guys can catch me and my cousin, of course, on Saturday for the SmackDown summary of tomorrow's SmackDown, and of course be here 6:30 on the 19th and the 20th as we will be holding ourselves to that WrestleMania watch along, and it's going to be spectacular. It's going to be fun. I cannot wait for it. My camera here will be full size, so you can see us in the room on the other side. But yes, I'm so pumped. I'm so excited. I can't wait for this. The biggest match in WWE history is going to go down. So please be there. Also, gotta do it again. Please, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, comment down below, and turn on those post notifications so you'll never